blind mics tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to the Oberlin High School Phoenix Chorale and Up from the Ashes Spring Concert. If you don't know me already, I'm Robert Dewar. I've been the director for the past 4 years. And anybody who's been with us since day one, from that first concert back in December of 2011, you'll notice the choir has grown almost double at this point. Back then we started with 18. And we have a few absences due to out of town and so forth. I think normally we have 43. I think tonight we have 39. So we're growing every year. And we're graduating 10 this year. And it looks like we're going to have about 9 or 10 coming up from the middle school, plus some other people that have expressed interest within the school. So the group will stay about the same size, so that's always good to hear. First 3 selections we will be doing, I'll introduce each of them, are from when we got a 1 at district contest. We've been working on this for the past 4 years. We finally got our 1. It was a lot of work. What's it? The first song we did is by Antonio Vivaldi. It's called Gloria, a Baroque piece. It's from a larger work called Gloria. Runs about 20 some odd minutes long, has soprano solos in it. It's an absolutely beautiful piece of music. And we're doing the very first piece called Gloria, which it's named for. So Phoenix Chorale begins with contest piece Gloria by Antonio Vivaldi. The next piece we sang was called My Wordless Prayer by Courtney. Courtney is an Ohio native. He trained in Indiana and then moved out west. And in the 80s, John Nesbeck, who another big composer in Ohio, anybody who might have sung in choir in high school in the 60s and 70s in Ohio would have been inundated with his music. He settled in Columbus, did a lot of things for the Ohio State University, and started his own publishing company called Beck & Horst. Well, as Beck got older in years, he decided, I'm not going to be able to do this, somebody else is going to have to take over. So he called Craig. Craig came out, and now he runs Beck & Horst Music. He and his wife both live in Westerville, which is outside of Columbus, and still publishing wonderful music. He writes a lot for high school, college, and churches. This one is kind of, it can be used in church, but it can also be used out of church because it refers to, yes, there's things about God, but it's more about the Spirit and how the Spirit comes as you ask. But sometimes you wonder why the Spirit hasn't come to you when you ask. So, our next piece, Wordless Prayer by Courtney. Is Jubilate by Brynn. Brynn is a composer down in Greenville, South Carolina. He's quite young. If you look at his birth year there in the program, you will see just how young he is, 1988. So he's not too much older than some of them that are standing up here, maybe like 10, 11 years. Writes for a wonderful group called the River Tree Singers down there. He's also involved with Bob Jones University and their director of choral studies. This particular piece was our required piece, meaning we had to pick one thing out of the list and say, we're going to do this because you say we have to. This one is very interesting because it's what's called multimeter. We're all used to things that go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Or when you get around certain pieces like Green Sleeves, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This mixes the two. It's in 10/8. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So it's a little difficult rhythmically. They nailed this to the floor. That's how we got 1. Normally it has accompaniment with it. However, they love to do it a cappella, and it sounds really great a cappella. So we're going to let them do it without accompaniment tonight. So Brynn's Jubilate Deo. Next up will be Nina Young, singing Think of Me from Phantom of the Opera, one of our seniors.
2K15.
Once in a while, please promise me you'll try.
just realized when I was listening to Nina sing, A, that I'm going to miss her and her voice, but I got composers mixed up on the last piece. The last piece was written by Peter Angeli, who is down in South Carolina. The next piece is written by Brad Nix, who is at Sterling College in Sterling, Kansas. About Us Lies the Summer Night. This is what we took to state. We had to replace one piece, the required piece, with a different required piece, and this was the one that we selected. Going to state was much harder. We did not get a 1 at state, we got a 3, but the fact that we were able to go to state is a big accomplishment, and the fact that we got a middle-of-the-road rating the first time out is pretty amazing. We can only go up from here. The group will improve as we go along, and the next group that comes up, that'll be seniors next year, they'll take the reins, just like this senior class is taking the reins. This particular piece has a text by Robert Louis Stevenson. Beautiful text. He's often set to music because of the way he writes his poetry, and this translates very well. Brad Nix is also a professor of piano, which you will notice the beautiful piano part that goes with the lovely choral parts. So you'll see that he can write for both, where his true love lies. So, About Us Lies the Summer Night by Brad Nix. song, a cappella, so no accompaniment for her. It's called Fact Fiction. You'll hear more about Addie when we get to senior letters and how she has basically become a fixture in this choir. Singer that can sing that low and that high in one song. She is sung in every section of this choir with the exception of the bass section. She normally sings tenor for me because she loves singing it and she's comfortable with it and her voice sits there. But as you can see, she can sing up in soprano range quite easily. She's going to Baldwin, you're going to BW? You're going to Bowling Green. She's going to Bowling Green to major in music. So the world is in store for quite a tremendous musical talent, both as an educator and as a singer. I'm going to call up our chamber group, Up From the Ashes. The first song we're going to do, you probably will recognize more from the movie Shrek than just about anywhere else, Hallelujah. Our group is currently 15. Normally it's 16, and I'm looking to maybe expand the group slightly to keep it to a true chamber ensemble. But this particular piece, I thought, well, maybe we should do it a cappella, but it has such a great accompaniment, and they sound so great doing it with the accompaniment. I said, you know what, we're going to do it with it. And the soloists that you see, that you will hear tonight, they're all seniors, and have served right around, each of them actually has been in the group. Not this group. This group is only 2 years old, but has been in choir for at least 3.5 to 4 years. So these are long-term seniors. So we will go with Roger Emerson's arrangement of Hallelujah. Chariot. William Henry Smith, he was one of the pioneers of bringing all of the work songs of the African slaves to basically the public, him and William Dawson both, back in the early part of the 20th century. This dates from right around 1930. William Dawson also, like I said, did this. He did it with the Tuskegee College men's group and their mixed group. Most of the things that everybody knows by William Dawson is Soon Will Be Done with the Troubles of the World. This is Henry Smith's biggest contribution to the pool of spirituals. It's been done all over the world. It has many different arrangements. He wrote one for women, he wrote one for men, and also one for mixed. So he wanted to make sure that these spirituals that he did got out to the largest number of people so that everybody could hear the great music that was basically built from the tradition of the work songs done by the African American slaves. This one gets rather thick At the end, you're going to hear about, oh, what is it, 9 parts? So that's about 2 on a part. And with having this many singing a piece that big, you're going to be able to hear all the parts. So without any further goings on from me, Ride the Chariot, William Henry Smith. Now, this is something that my high school choir director did for us. She wrote each of us a letter that basically recapped the year, and then just something personal about a paragraph or so about each of us, how we came to choir, what we did, what she would love for us to see happen in our lives. By the way, I still have mine. It's all yellow and everything sitting in my scrapbook. And I thought when I got here, it was something that touched me so much, and something that I loved so much. I had to do it for mine. So, I'm going to go over here and get the letters. And I decided to do it in basically the order of our newest members, who happen to be seniors, down to those that have been with us the whole time. So the first person is Mommy. Mommy really isn't a senior. She is an exchange student. Since we only get our exchange students, unfortunately, for 1 year, I always pull them in because they've always had some sort of impact. I think Mommy came to me because of Nina, because she stays with Nina's family, and and through the course of the year, she's in my alto section, always singing, always wonderful, perfect and wonderful, and I'm just like, wow. And I've had other exchange students from Japan and from China, and always the same thing, but right on it, right there with you, and I'm just like, wow. I didn't really get to know Mommy all that well, because she's a busy girl from what I understand, but the times that I did get to talk to her, she was always so wonderful, so friendly, so congenial, and by the way, she bribed me to go to the bathroom at the end of the year with this incredibly yummy ham, and I don't know what was in it, but it was really, really good. By the way, they know how to bribe me. If they want to get something, they have to bribe me with food. You don't get this physique by giving up on it too. So, this is Mommy's letter. And seniors, y'all get a copy of one. So pick it up at the end. I made them copies of the certificate that we get from OMEA that says we got a 1. So it's something that they can put in their scrapbook, hang up, and say, ooh, every so often. So next on the hit parade is Vanessa. Vanessa, this is her first year, and I said, why weren't you in choir before? She said, they wouldn't let me. So eventually she made it her senior year and took it upon herself to sing second soprano, which most people come in and they're just like, I don't want to sing that. And she kind of gave me that, I don't want to sing that, but she did it anyway. And she became very good at it. And I got to know Vanessa. She comes down for lunch every so often, and Vanessa is just one of the most incredible human beings. And I wish she would have been here sooner so I could have gotten to know her better. She's brilliant, she's smart, and I just can't wait to see where she goes. And like I'll tell all these seniors, and I did tell Mommy, I hope you stay in touch because I'm going to see where life takes you. I'll get whispered all sorts of little inside jokes. Next is Julia. One of our Staples altos sitting at the very end. She always stood there. Don't know why she always ended up there. But that was kind of her, and I think I moved her over a couple seats, and then she ended up on the end again. And I thought, well, this is a useless thing. I'm never going to get her to sit where I want. I'll just leave her on the end where she wants to be, and that's fine. Julia makes the trip from JVS every day for the past 2 years to sing in this group. This is something that, a bus comes over from JVS, and she decided, well, I love choir that much, and there's another gentleman who does that as well, and I have no problem with this. Just because you're a JVS doesn't mean you can't be involved in the arts. There's no reason. And Julia has been a staple in that section, kind of a leader over there. She's helping me with a lot of things with when the middle school's been over here, and just getting things organized and keeping everything on an even keel some days. And kind of telling me sometimes, like, what's wrong? And I'm like, well, I don't know. So she even keeps me on a little bit of an even keel on some days. But I've gotten to know Julia, and she's a wonderful person. I understand they're moving to Arizona after this year. Her sister's in the group. And I was so looking forward to her sister coming through the 4 years, but this will be my last year with her as well. But I know that there's reasons, and I'm going to miss her. And I know she'll stay in touch because she's going to say, is everything okay? Because that's just the type of person she is. Dylan. What can I say about Dylan? Well, first of all, he's the only guy that's graduating. But I like Dylan. Dylan's a great guy. But I'll tell you, my first impression of Dylan walking into my room was, what the? Because I was used to getting these, pretty much kind of, when I get Dylan, he comes in a torn up rock shirt and messed up jeans, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, and in the back of my mind, of course, you're going, never judge a book by its cover. Mom's back there going, never judge a book by its cover. Stop that. And I was right not to. Dylan turned out to be a very incredible musician. He started out singing second bass. He's now singing first tenor. So I went from singing these basement notes up singing the top meds part. It happens sometimes. But somebody that can make, A, that change in their voice, and B, be able to do it as an accurate musician, says something not only about them musically, but for them to take on such a challenge. He could have just said, oh, I'm just going to sit down here and sing bass, and don't worry about it. But he has taken on a lot of responsibility doing that. He's helped lead this section with Addie, because Addie sings tenor, and, well, we've got two strong voices up there. His will be a voice that I will miss. I've gotten to know Dylan very well over the years. Comes down and eats lunch with a whole crew of folks, and it's nice to know that there are really, great kids out there. Everyone in the senior class is a great kid, and I couldn't ask for any better. But Dylan, here's your thing. there. I see you, the lights are on. And as a matter of fact, there's a strong light right there. Nina, Bobby Martin. Nina came to choir by accident. She snuck in her freshman year, and some of you have been in the choir room, they're concrete risers. And she was sitting up in the third row, and I couldn't see her. Mr. Bayless came in and asked me,
don't skip class, kids.
Don't skip class.
Bad example.
Bayless caught her in my room and said, Mr. Dewar, what is Miss Young doing in your room? And I'm like, Miss Young is in my room? I said, I don't have a Miss Young. And he goes, she's right up there. And I was like, oh. And he said, Miss Young? And I was told there was an ultimatum, join choir or some sort of punishment, and she took the choir route.
I also did 10 push-ups.
See, Bayless isn't messing around. This is why we like Mr. Bayless, because it isn't just, oh, or you're going to serve this, or you're going to do this. No, there's something punitive involved, too. Even though she came to us by accident, she became a very strong musician, leader in her section. She sang alto one year, and then sang second soprano this year. So again, an incredible musician. You heard her sing here tonight, and saw the breadth of her range. And I'm not sure what she's doing in the college thing that you're going to major in.
International politics.
International politics. Dicey thing to go into these days. Maybe she's at Georgetown. So she's going to the right place. I didn't know you were psychic.
I did.
Maybe she'll just sing all these people and make them realize that there are no bad things in the world, that we should all just get along. Nina is going to be missed, just like everyone else is going to be missed. Oh, hush back there. See what I put up with? Katlin. I always called her Katlin, and it made her mad. So she's like, it's Katlin. I said, it's clearly spelled Katlin. Katlin got the shaft this year. She started out first year with me, freshman year. She gets to her senior year, she can't be in because of scheduling. The only class she could take, her foreign language, was only offered at the same time choir was offered. So I was like, gosh, Katlin. And she's like, I want to make good, it's my senior year, come on. And I said, you have a choice. I'll let you sing in choir. If you take the music home, you learn it, you come in for at least a few rehearsals before the concert to get into the group so that we can blend you in. And she said, okay. She was down in my office at the beginning of the year, picked up the music, showed up, knew everything just as well as she had been in rehearsal every day. Did the same thing for contests, has done the same thing for this, and as well as acapella. She was fortunately able to come to acapella. But with many things that she does after school, this is a busy girl, very. She still found time to learn music and be able to walk into a rehearsal and just nail it like she'd always been there. That says a lot to A, her tenacity, B, the type of person she is. She could have just said, oh yeah, I'll do it, and then never did it. Which, we all know there are a lot of people out there that do that, but not this one. Whatever she does, the people that she works with is in for a ride, because she's going to keep them in line, even as a starting out person, somebody that I know we're going to see at some point her name in the papers that she's done something incredible for our country and for the world. And I can't wait to see that, because I can say, I remember when she was a freshman in my choir, with big round glasses and braces. And now she is transformed into this lovely young lady. Louise is next. Louise has basically, she kind of came to us, your sophomore year. She didn't want to be in choir freshman year, and I said, that's okay, it's good that you're here. And she comes in and just rocks the second soprano section like it was, hers to own. Everything that she does is hers to own. I did not know for about a year that she's Scottish on top of everything else, because there's no trace of an accent. Until you start talking about Scotland. And then it comes back. And the first thing you know, you're hearing Kenna. And it's like, and it's all Scottish from there. And it was just like, I didn't know you were Scottish. Yeah, and I'm like, not something you get in the dossier of your kids when they sign up for choir. But Louise has become an ally, somebody who comes in and shares my bad days, shares my good days. Just like with most everybody that's standing behind me, there's some little joke here and there that has come up over the course of time. And Louise has been there for some pretty harrowing stuff that's happened. And has just, shared the phrase, and I was like, yeah, you're right. So Louise is, she, just like everyone else, is going to be missed. But I know that she is not going to be too far away to send me an email and straighten me out from time to time, whether I need it or not. That's just the way she is. Heidi is next. Heidi's another one that's been with me since day one. She remembers when the group was 18. There's an alumni out there that was in that group when it was 18. And she has gone through the growing pains of this group. And she has always been over there, just singing her little heart out, holding up the section sometimes when everybody else is like, I'm sick. I don't know why, but Heidi doesn't get sick when everybody else is sick. She waits until everybody's sick, and then, so I guess she holds up everybody else and then gets sick, because she held everybody else up. But she's always been over there with a smile on her face, and always just something nice. They always, and this will be a credit to Mom and Dad, who I'm sure are out there, is that she never, ever, ever had a bad word to say to me. Even on days that I knew that Heidi was madder than mad could be. It was like, oh, Mr. Durer, could I, just very polite, wonderful. I was like, shouldn't you be barking at me? But no, and the thing is that to see somebody that is so wonderful and so talented, that she is a very talented singer and a dancer, I've seen that a couple of times as well, in the back hallway right before a talent show. I can't imagine in 10 years what she will be doing. But whatever it is, just like Caitlin, just like everybody else on this stage, it's going to be something incredible, and it's going to be something life-changing, not only for her, but for many others. Were you going to sing the song? I'll see you don't. Back there. Brynn is another one who's been with me since day one. One of the original 18. Brynn has been involved with drama that I'm also the advisor for. And I have seen Brynn come up from, this sweet little girl to, a sweet adult girl. And she's another one that there have been times that she's kept me on the even keel and told me, why are you worrying about this? And I'm like, what? Yeah, she's like, whatever. And I'm just like, okay. Sometimes, even as an adult, it takes the simplicity of those that haven't had your years of experience to kind of tell you, don't worry about it. It's not worth it. And you're just like, no, you're right. You're right. You're 17 years old, coming up 18 years old, and you're right, and I'm wrong. And it was just nice. And her leadership this year as president of Chorale, stepping in to kind of calm the troops or to prop the troops up and say, come on guys, this is not what we do. This is the way we are. This is what we do in here. Without her, I think much of what we accomplished this year would not have happened. She gave a pretty good speech not too long before a contest. And I was just like, good, go for you. She's going to be a heck of a leader. I don't know where she's going to be a heck of a leader, but again, if she isn't like propping up somebody in the United Nations and telling them what they should be doing, it wouldn't surprise me. Because she's just that type of person, but then again, everybody will listen to her, not just because she's a great leader, because of her personality and the person she is. All by myself. Addie took on so starting day one. I come in, and she was like one of the first people in my office to say, okay, what do we need to do to get this thing together? And I was like, well, we're going to have to get ropes put together. She goes, on it. Walked out of my office, organized the rope, got everybody outfitted without me having to say another word. She got singers in order. She got me in order many times. When my desk, I mean, if you walked into my office right now, you'd be like, what is this? Well, it's a catastrophe. But I know where things are a lot of times because she knows where they are. She says, you put it over there. It's at the bottom of that pile. And I'm like, I'm so glad you know. I don't. On top of all that, she comes into my office and tells me like these. Even on days she's having a bad day, she says, Mr. Europe, and I'm just like, I get it, trust me. And I'll say, how do you know? And she's like, yeah, So we kind of keep each other on even ground some days when everything gets pulled out from under you. And it's nice to have a support system because I have so many wonderful people as seniors and in the classes below them that do keep this group, not just me, but the whole group, on an even keel. She has led the tenor section. She started out as an alto. And I said, well, you've got a soprano, And she said, no, I don't want to do that. And I was like, okay. And I said, well, so she sang alto, and she goes, I want to sing tenor. Okay. She went down, dropped the low notes. I said, if you want to do it, you let me know if it hurts, and I'll take you off of it. She's been there ever since. But there's been certain songs. She says, I'm going to sing alto on this because its alto part's really cool. And I'm like, okay. So this is a person that overall just always changing, taking on something or other just to prove that it can be done. Because I even said, are you sure? And she goes, oh yeah, don't worry about it. And that proves to me that I'm sitting in the back of my mind going, no. And then she proves me wrong. So again, she's going to be going into music, and she wants to be a music teacher. I would love for her when she graduates and she gets her own high school to come back and join us. Because by the time she graduates in about 4 years or so, I'm hoping this group is well past 50. We're heading that way, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope that she brings her wonderful group to sing with me. I'm going to miss her. It's the last senior that always gets me. Don't forget your certificates. They're on the piano. And, got a mustache on the tissue. Oh, you're good? Brynn's good.
I'm going to steal the microphone real quick. I'm sure, as you guys all know, a lot of you have probably come to concerts since our freshman year. You guys have seen how much we've grown and how much we've improved throughout the 4 years, and especially this year. So, as seniors, we really, really appreciate all the work that both Mr. Dewar and Mrs. Taylor do. They give so much of themselves.
Thought it was going to be easy, didn't you?
Yeah. They're so dedicated to this group and helping us grow as a group for the a cappella group, and especially for all of us as individuals. And they've helped us to grow into more mature adults. And so we wanted to do something for you guys, but we wanted to do something more than just say thank you. So, for both of you, we have a picture of us, all the seniors, to remember us by. And then for Mr. Dewar, we have created a personalized director's stool.
Well, I don't like to hold on to this because this is about $36, and I had one of these, and what happened before contest 2 years ago, I was saying, okay, now people, we really crack. You don't like to see $36 become useless that fast. So I started employing this. So I always have one of these in my hand, and I always tell them, and I do this in German. Are there any German speakers out there besides Nick? Thank you. The German word for pencil is Bleistift. And I said, hast du deinen Bleistift? And they go, ja, wir haben einen Bleistift. I said, nehme dein Bleistift und schreiben. And they learned a little bit of German in here, because and I don't know, German just seems to be, and I'm German so I can say this, but it just seems like one of those commanding languages. Like when you hear it, you have to do it, you have no choice, otherwise it's like, my life is over. So the fact that they're all holding their Bleistifts makes me happy, and that will go up on my wall. Thank you, Steve. All right, next on the hit parade will be Leonard and Joella. And I'm going to fire this guy going up on hit. Everybody shut it.
True friends lie underneath the witty words I don't believe. I can't believe a damn thing they say anymore. Liar, you'll pay for your sins. Liar, you'll pay for your sins. So tell me, how does it feel? How does it feel to be like you? I think your mouth should be quiet, 'cause it never tells the truth now. So tell me why does it have to be this way? Why can things ever change? I'm falling over and over again from all the words that you have said. It's written on my heart for everyone to see. For the place I was, the place I am, the place I wanna be. For the mountains I've been climbing over and under and over. So tell me, how does it feel? How does it feel to be like you? I think your mouth should be quiet, 'cause it never tells the truth. So tell me why does it have to be
forgot to mention one person. They're not in choir, but they sing in the a cappella group, Ian Sweet. He came to us from band. He's a bassoon player. He's also my IB music class, and much of what was written at the first page of the letter is all about this and not about a cappella, and I felt, man, I was going down the hall today, I was like, oh. So I said, so I'm going to say nice things about Ian. Go sit down then. No, Ian's a good kid. He takes, as many of them will tell you in here, the more I abuse you, the more I like you. So, and that's called tough love, and I abuse Ian a lot. But, you know, even though I abuse him a great deal, he still puts up with me. Every so often says, come on, Mr. Doer. I'm like, all right, I'll leave you alone for a while. And then I abuse him some. Yeah, so, yeah, that was the nice version of it. But Ian's a great guy, and walked into a cappella. I didn't know the boy could sing. And they walked in and showed off that he could sing second bass, and I'm like, okay, hired. So, yeah, and we pay about as much as we pay Mrs. Taylor, which is, by the way, it's $0, so he's making the same salary. But Ian just and came in, like I said, and sang second bass, and it really helped solidify that group that was sitting there, because I'm thinking, okay, I got these 3 great voices over here. I said, I need a 4th, and they sounded great together, just the 3 of them. I said, but I want that 4th, and he stepped in there and helped make that sound. So I thank Ian for A, putting up with me, B, coming into a cappella and really putting something into our bass section. Ian, sorry, I didn't I think he is. Yeah. Before we sing our next song, I have to talk about this lady that's propping up the piano over here, Mrs. Helen Taylor. She has been with us, well, with me since day one. She actually taught for the 2 weeks, the month and a half before I got here, because I started in October. And she was there and has played for me for the middle school, high school, and just an incredible, incredible talent. She taught for like 805 years outside of Boston, had a wonderful choir up there, also taught band. She also taught elementary general music. She's done the gamut of everything.
Synagogue choirs and church choirs.
Synagogue and church choirs, so she wasn't just going to do the Christian faith, she also did the Jewish faith. So she was cross-denominational. But she comes in every day, and even on days that she's not feeling so swift, she still comes in with a smile on her face, ready to play, because she loves music so much. She loves educating and helping to educate the future of this country, not just as musicians, but as people. She has done wonderful things for us and continues to do so. And she's not that old. She's only 82. I was going to say 81, and then she was old. But and she said, I'll do this until you tell me to stop. And I was like, well, it's not going to be anytime soon, and we have plans that when I retire in like 20 years, she'll be 100 and something, and we'll both be tottering on the stage together, figuring out how we're going to get over the piano. I'm sure that'll be the case, because I just can't imagine her never being behind the piano and never not playing, never not being around young people to play and to enrich their lives. She's also receiving a great honor over at the college. She's an Oberlin College graduate. She's getting Distinguished Alumni Award. She's going, yeah. She gets to hobnob with the big folks over at the college, including sitting on the stage near our First Lady. So, you know, she knows so many people. You can't go anywhere where people don't know her. And now she's adding a whole new level of people that she knows, and a whole new level of people that will realize what an incredible person she is. So, one more time, let's give our thanks to Mrs. Lullaby by Eric Whitacre. Eric Whitacre, very young man, he's from Nevada, just outside of Las Vegas. He now lives in the UK, has a professional choir there, has written so many incredible pieces of music, this being one of them. I fell in love with it years and years and years and years and years ago when it first came out, and we did it last year, and we did it fairly well, and somebody asked, can we do it again this year? I'm like, you got 2 weeks to learn it, okay. So this choir takes on the mantle of learning a piece that's on the A contest list. This is a Class B choir, so the next level up is where this is from the required list. So, but they knocked it out. They're doing it very well. I'm very impressed with it. This particular piece, I'm not going to read out of the back of the thing, but Whitacre basically got this commission to write a soundtrack or a song for something that Disney was going to do. They were going to do this Rudyard Kipling Seal Lullaby. And he was asked to write a song or maybe more for the soundtrack. And so he writes this beautiful piece of music, sends it over to the network execs, and never hears anything. So finally he calls them one day and said, what's going on? Do you not like the piece? Do you hate it? What's going on? I said, oh yeah, we've decided to make Kung Fu Panda instead. So he put this thing away, and a few years after that, a group called the Town Singers in California commissioned him to basically take this out and to dedicate it to them. The song is basically at the very beginning of the piece, and it's about a mother singing to her baby. I'm not going to make it through this. About how all the things that are out there might chase you, but you will always be safe with me. Patty's not allowed to be in the front row. to have the sheets. The first duo that we're having up is Ryan Fury and Caitlin Vough. Ryan Fury is a junior. Come on, Ryan, come on. Come on, you can do it. She's got it disrobed, so give her a second.
Yeah.
And Katlin, of course, as you know, is a senior. They will be doing The Road Home by Stephen Paulus. It's a piece that we did a number of years ago for contest, and they're singing, most of it is just singing the beautiful line that Paulus wrote, but there are some harmonies mixed in there, and it's absolutely lovely. For anybody who might be a choral aficionado, Paulus was a great composer up in Minnesota. He slipped into a coma over a year ago, and we lost him. Very young man, 62 if I'm not mistaken, when he passed away. But Road Home, just wonderful, and you'll hear just how beautifully he wrote the melody. Duet of the evening. Will be Nina Young and Brynn Vayda doing For Good from Wicked. I think this one is very appropriate for this time of year, as you know, we all are starting to think about going our own ways to college, to work, careers, and so forth, and that all the things that we might have done in the past to one another, let's just forget it and be friends again.
Look at you, you can do all I couldn't do. know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a filter halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, know you have rewritten my meaning, my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind of the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. And I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a heart, like a shore, as it passes my window, like a stream that leads like a seed dropped by a halfway in the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. Because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed.
As we begin for our last song, we're going to choose a new arrangement. Time for Irish Blessing. Seniors, move. They need some coaching on this one. This last piece, it was again something that we did every year when I was in high school. And I changed a little bit of how we did it then. I always have loved this particular arrangement of the Irish Blessing. It was written in 1970 by a gentleman named Agay. He is a Hungarian composer. He's no longer with us, passed away in the 90s. And just something about this particular arrangement, like I said, just always kind of spoke to me. And it was just so beautiful. The piano part and then the vocal part just being so beautiful and being expressing that, you know, until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hands. But to work off the last thing that we just heard, I had to change because of these people. I just found that out about a year ago. Well, I'll tell you later. In here. appreciate you coming out to support us, and I hope you continue to do so. Everything that we do in here could not be done without you. These seniors, this choir is what we want to begin with added people and freshmen that are coming in. Stay tuned for next December. We might even have something in October, might have a surprise, we're not sure. Have a good evening and a safe trip.